Hey there, everybody. Welcome. Good morning. I'm back with more Doki Doki Literature Club. Things have just started to get weird. So let's see what's gonna happen. I don't know if I'll get through all this today or not, but let's give it a try, shall we? All right. We're doing new game. Guess we load. I think I saved before I stopped yesterday. Use the autosave, I guess. Time for things to get funky indeed. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. Okay. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. Okay. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I guess we're not in the literature club anymore. And my neighbor's gone. How's that music any better? Cool. Alright. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Very relatable. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. Yeah, girls can't like anime. At least that's been what I've found to be true. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Sounds like me in the mornings. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Ash? Okay. Monica? You just popped out of nowhere. Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, modest. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little off. What did you come in here for, anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. I don't know. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature, that sounds familiar. That's like books and shit, right? That sounds kind of dull. Yeah, it sure does. How many members do you have so far? Haha. It's kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. It's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? I like manga. Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member. Did Monica say she? Yo, you got some girls in your club? Hey, Ash. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but... In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but could you at the very least visit my club? It would make me really happy. Please. I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Ash, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. Yeah, we still getting cupcakes though, right? I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back. You little glitchy poo there, Monica. And I brought a guest with me. Can we stop with all the glitches? A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Ash. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. That's the only reason to join a club. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? Ha! Ha! What? No, I'm not. I wish. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appeared comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Ash in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? Does that mean you don't have cupcakes ready? Now I'm depressed. I want cupcakes. I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget. I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Thank you, Yori. I appreciate tea. Not as much as cupcakes, but okay. Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Ash? Girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yori walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. It's almost like she arranged that. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? Thanks for the follow, Natsuki. But we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature, because books are dumb. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Don't I know it? But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. Oh, I just noticed the background. That's dark. Okay. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. I already read that. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I don't know, I don't read books. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Ash, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I guess? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Yeah, reading is hard. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the ways her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not in people. Agreed. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading lots of horror lately. I read a horror book once, that one time I read. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. God, I wish women liked me like this in real life. Why must video games be so fictional? A little bit. Yeah, having a conversation with a rock is definitely having a conversation with me about literature. Aha, I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? But what? I don't write about cute things. I'm not cute at all. What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yori? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I got an idea. How about this? Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Ash? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Ash. The thing is, we don't have enough members to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make clear-headed decisions when it's like this? Yeah, we should just run. No, don't agree with them. Just get out of here. I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I will join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. I had my chance. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Ash? Yeah. Could be fun, right? Probably not. You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Well, I can't leave until I get some cupcakes from you, Natsuki. Ash, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Uh-huh. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess? Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Ash, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hee hee. Yeah. Can I really impress the class? Star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. See you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home by myself because no other character ever used to walk with me. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Wouldn't count on that. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? I guess. Okay. You're not gonna let me read it though? Alright, that's fine. I'ma still do a cute poem. Let's do love. Sunset, sweet. Silly. Yeah, I don't know if it didn't register or if I was highlighting the wrong one. I couldn't tell which one was highlighted and which one was not. Let's do skipping, joy. Cheer. Bliss. Together. Boop. Isn't there a thing if you pick Doki Doki for every one of these poems or something? Why does that sound familiar? Why? If you pick certain words, Sayori will pop up? Ooh. Okay. Kinda wanna know what that is, but kinda also don't. Let's see. Puppy. Cute. Lollipop. Marshmallow. Sparkle. Dance. Hi again, Ash. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Haha. Not that I had a choice. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. You got a little something on your face there, Yuri. Little glitchy face. Thanks for keeping your promise, Ash. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Also, the poster in the back is gone. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Natsuki, are you okay? You just teleported over here. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Monica, you're in front of your dialogue, so it's hard to read. Natsuki certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection room. Can you get behind the dialogue, please, Monica? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Ash. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking a book to read? You know, because it's a literature club and you gotta read a book or whatever. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Well, wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you getting started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out. So I pick out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you want. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she'll think that I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace, which is really slow. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. Oh, I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. Like maybe two barking dogs at my feet. Go away. Go away. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Fucking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things that you can't admit you're really into until you figure out where the other person stands. I stand some manga. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst the stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga, slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Ash. Don't judge a book by its In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. I think we forgot to look up what Mo was last time. Don't just stand there. Ooh. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats the ground next to her, signaling for me to sit down. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Yeah, why is that? I guess it's easier to be closer together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki closes her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like this is about a bunch of friends in high school. Sounds familiar. Typical slice of life affair. Kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. I don't have any friends. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Oh, sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you, who's not a loser. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. Okay. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So... Jeez, that's enough. You're gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. Looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey. Okay, Natsuki's a demon now. Got it. Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish the sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Ash. She's fine. Just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? Who would you like to share your poem with first? Can I just skip this? Hi Ash, having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Always listening. Always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, you want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Haha. Don't worry, Ash. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Ash. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Ha ha ha. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. She's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. Ha ha ha. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. She just loses all of her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on a flat sheet of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ear. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So what do you think? I think it's pretty weird. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. Guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a lot. While I watch you sleep. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I think you need a new pen, Monica. Natsuki? Okay, well let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. And what's the point of this sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, haha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the whole world like you're self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. Can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I share my poem with next? Is it Yuri? Since that's my only option, let's show it to Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, so sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through this. So it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the other topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. It's not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air as if the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm so sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's very pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Ash. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance at it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than just tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember, it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Phew. I guess that's everyone. Glancing around the room, that was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone judging me for my mediocre writing abilities and my mediocre reading abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to her desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute? Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Ash did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Ash liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? Didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Huh? That's not what You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Ash appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size larger as soon as Ash started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own securities on others like that? You... Can we stop? You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me, look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Ash hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if just noticed I was standing there. Ash? She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Okay, guess I can't pick Natsuki. Or I have to pick it multiple times. Or just pick Yuri. Nope. Oh. Hey, what's up, Monica? Why are you in front of the choices? Hey Ash. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Haha. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. Confront is a weird word. Okay. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'll be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I mean, it sure does. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Ash? Please don't hate me. Please? I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We're fine. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about this by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting's over. You can go home if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kinda sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. That wouldn't be the case, would it? You always want me around. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Ash. It would be embarrassing with you listening. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. I really appreciate... Okay. Guess we're not staying after and talking to her. Let's write another cute poem. Doki Doki.
Let's see. Gotta pick pink, puppies, pink puppy passion. Nope. Childhood, kawaii. Joy, sparkle, death, horror. Jesus, you can make this real dark, can't you? Sugar, kitty, cheer, kiss, lollipop. Oh, one more. Anime. I don't know. Just picking stuff. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Ash. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at her desk. And surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me into the corner of the room. About yesterday. I really need to apologize. Nothing like that's ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think that we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided there's no way you can be a bad person. Now that you're apologizing, I know you didn't mean it. Ah, Ash, don't say those kind of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad you joined this club. Everything's a little bit brighter with you around, and, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she is. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri's clearly taken aback at how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Geez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So... Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Huh? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? Jeez. Okay. That mouth is creepy AF. I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. Hee. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Haha. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. Haha. What took you so long anyway? Ah, well, my last period today is study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Ah, that makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Ah, don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but still not really good at it yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed. Oh, well, thank you, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. Ah, that's... Monica looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Ash. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. Not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki had already run off into the closet. Ash, since your compliments put me in such a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you after you gave me that book. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there. Alright. What was the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start to selectively breed people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not reattaching people's limbs or anything. No, not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made a sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came out of nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Ash? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind of thing that changes you. It challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... Oh, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole... What? I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... Really don't think you need to worry.
That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Just let me get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bathing in the feeling of... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk over till it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little, our shoulders are almost touching. Hi. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page, Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri is no longer asking me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assumed that she finished her page before me, so I turned my own page. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as soon as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Huh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Yeah, okay. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Aha. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little off. My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself.
Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Ash? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri's acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. Just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Ha, don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'll get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, I guess Natsuki, since I wrote it for her. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I'd be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed you were spending some time with Yuri today. How dare you? Not that I care who you spend time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. I don't think I can learn anything from this poem unless there's some sort of cipher I'm not aware of. Ash? Why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri's a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead. Okay? Okay. You don't hate me, Ash, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. Please. Just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Play with me. Are her eyes bleeding? Girl. Oh my god. What? Who should I show my poem to next? I don't know. Is anyone else gonna freak out like that? Hi again, Ash. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad, I'm happy you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Yeah, wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, great job, Ash. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. It's really not. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so I don't blame her for coming on a little strong. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Huh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad you took all the time you need. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get to my poem now. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent grating with firms. Sage King. Like a knife on a breathtaking ribcage. Delete her. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract, and half the words aren't even words. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You'll never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything? Please help me. That's my advice for today. Bruh, this game needs to chill. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? I guess Yuri, she's the only one left. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there's some things you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. Feels like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Yeah, I'm not reading that. That's too much. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. I had to take it out on your pen? That's a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I, just really like the way that it writes. And smells like you. So I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. Ha! I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. Okay, now it's all blood red. What's up with that? Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Oh, I hate those sounds. Hate those sounds. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. And the screen went black. Alright. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep this simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Ash joined, and we've started with some club activities, but this isn't the time for us to become compliant. We still only have 4 members. The festival's our only real chance at finding more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The Literature Club could be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. Should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard to put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Ash? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Ash to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica. Do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Ash joined. As for me, I like it better here than I do at home. And Ash isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Ash want to get more members too, right? Yuri, Ash. Oh, that's me. I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, I'd probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation, no. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club is nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think everyone here saw the same way I did? But that doesn't mean we're against getting new members or anything. Ash, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What? Me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't that many places left like that for me. Now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Ash, it's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. Kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? What? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club room is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Ash? Okie dokie, more like okie dokie dokie. What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along. And for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own quality in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the... Does she have blood coming from her eye? Uh-huh, okay. The identity of the club is a... I swear I saw it that time. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey Yuri. Huh? I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. Monica. I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay. Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Ash? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Ash before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. Please don't leave me alone with her. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. You should not. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Ash, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you, you know. I don't like seeing other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know. Haha. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, did I say something weird? There are just some things I've been hoping to talk to you about. Things I know only you could understand. Okay. Strawberry. Or... Oh, I saw a little chibi pop up in the left. Bunny. Sugar. Summer. Puppy. Clouds. Flower. Heart. Cute. Precious.
Fluffy. So I'll prop up again. Also, I'm 1 out of 20. Flying boop. Silly. Love. Dream. Blanket. Well, I guess that was 20. Oh, geez. That was weird. Hi, Ash. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monica, I told you not to. Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know how this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. So, Natsuki, nobody cares. Why don't you go look for some clothes under the some coins under the vending machine or something? Wow. Okay. I'm the last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. Aha. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival, too. Anyway, Ash, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Is that so, Yori? That's correct. Ash is already engaged in a novel we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Thank you for understanding, Monica. I don't know if that was understanding, exactly. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. There's one thing that can make my reading time here any better. It's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Mary stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with the filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then I'll look for some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Ah, did Yuri leave again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored waiting here, so I decide to go look for her. Let's see, the most logical sound definitely just changed. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. Start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? Coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Okay. Okay. Alright. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Ash, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. Are you ready to... You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and decided that I would try to express myself a little bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. That's great, Yuri. Don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Ash. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Ash, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Relatable back pain. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that reading? Yeah. I have terrible reading posture, haha. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it will go well with the tea. Yuri and I then go sit against the wall, teacups at our side. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer together. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my bare hand, not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intensive reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on the reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any harder time reading it from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case,
Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take the chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation is completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs confirmation of what just happened. Ash? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Ash. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Ash, my heart. My heart won't stop pounding, Ash. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Ash? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? Even the screen's pounding. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Oh, Jesus. Can you be more creepy? You're just gonna stare at me, Yuri? Ha. Ha. Oh, jeez. It's time to share poems. Saved by the Monica. I didn't even know Natsuki was here. I still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing, but either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri. Still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in. So you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me. So read it carefully, okay? I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you might not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is I'm really worried about her. But if I try talking to her, she'll get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist? I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know that I'm gonna hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so hopeless. So please, see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why. She's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. You're glitching. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do everything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's unlikable. Can you hear me, Ash? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all of these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. And The game restarted. Just Monica. who should I show my poem to next? Just Monica? Ash, I think you saw something earlier you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Yeah, everyone is. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? Isn't this supposed to be your friend, Monica? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. Oh, she got a different pocket knife for each day of the week? That's smart. Don't want to cross-contaminate them. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I mean, she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault, though. But I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, it would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. Do you have it together in the head, though, Monica? Anyway, I worked really hard on this poem, so I hope that's it. Effective. Here goes. Don't stare at that or you have a seizure. Geez, that really startled me. Well, I guess it's kind of messed up writing this poem. I was just trying to... Never mind. Let's just move on. Who should I show my poem to next? Alright, Yuri. Finally, Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. It smells like chloroform. I love it. I love everything about it. Ash, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it? Please? Sure, I don't care. You're too nice to me, Ash. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but... I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to feel this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm gonna take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. Ha 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 ha. Bruh. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really gonna wanna keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. Oh god, it is unreadable and covered in her blood. And yellow stuff that is hopefully not her pee. Oh god. The human eyes are just horrifying. Do you like it? I wrote it for you. In case you couldn't tell, the poem is about... That's not English. Okay. More importantly, I've endowed it with my scent. See, aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? Please stop endowing things with your scent, fam. I think I'm gonna vomit. Yeah? Yes or no? Yes. That sure was something. Hi, Monica. Okay, everyone, it's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen.
Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, can you make the cupcakes? I know you're at least good at that, if nothing else. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter. No one cares about you, Yuri. Do whatever you want as long as you think it'll help. Monica, I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations, set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea. And that gives us all something to do. Huh? What about Ash? Ash is going to help me. Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monica. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would fucking know. All you care about is dragging Ash around with you in your stupid books. You and Monica. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay, then why not let Ash decide who he helps instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monica. Just let Ash make the choice, okay? Alright, fine. Fine. Jeez. Ash, I know how fed up you are with these two by now. We can just... Natsuki, shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth. For God's sake. This is never gonna end. Just make the choice, okay? My controller's being pulled down to Monica. Let's see. Looks like we have lots of different options to pick from. Would we like to go with Monica or Monica? Let's go with Monica. Yay, you picked me! Picked is a strong word. We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. No, it's not fair. Giving us all this work and then taking Ash for yourself. What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Ha ha ha. Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Ash away from me every single time you're not included in something? Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others? Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Yuri follows Monica and Natsuki out the door. Hey, Ash, Yuri really is something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out of the door. Finally, this is really all I wanted. Ash, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come by my house instead. The whole day with just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Ha 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 ha. Wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good my whole life. Just being with you is a far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm gonna die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is gonna happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Ash. I have to tell you. I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica is listening. Please, Ash, just know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touched myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. I want you all to myself. And I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? That sounds something. Tell me, Ash. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? Sure. Ha 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 ha. Okay. What? Just a little stabby poo in her chest and stomach. I can't understand any of your words. There's a lot of little symbols over the letters and little boxes where letters should be. So okay, that one's just a fraction. So yeah, that's not even a thing. All right. Are we just gonna stare at her now, I guess? Can I reload it? Hey, Neo. Came in at a really weird time. This wholesome game. Getting pretty word. Sure is something. Oh, there we go. All right, it's festival time. Wow, you got here before me? Why are you freaking out, Natsuki? Is it the dead body on the floor? Natsuki runs away. Yep, understandable. Hi, Monica. Ash, did something happen? Oh, you mean because of the body on the floor with the blood and the knife and the puke? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Wait, were you here the entire weekend, Ash? Oh, jeez. Didn't realize the script was broken that badly.
I'm super sorry. Must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Did you just delete Yuri and Natsuki? I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Monica lifts the foil from tray and takes a cupcake. I want a cupcake. Really just had to have one since it's the last time I'll ever get the chance to. You know, before they stop existing and everything. Can I have a cupcake? You're not gonna share the cupcakes? That's kind of rude. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. Can you hear me? Is it working? There you are. Hi again, Ash. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's me, your girl, Monica. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year, and, ha ha ha. You know what? I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Ash. Or do you actually go by King Chris or something? I mean, I do. It's kind of weird. How do you know my name? Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. What are you, Professor Oak? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait, you do know I'm aware that this is a game, right? Could it be possible that you don't know that? That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. Man, if only you'd paid a little more attention, this would have been a little less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of our way, I guess I owe you an explanation. About that whole thing with Yuri? Well, it kind of started to mess with her head, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. Ha ha ha. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? It has been a little while, yeah. Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all of their files. I was hoping it'd be enough for me to try to just make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired, too. It just made her force you to not spend time with anyone else. And the whole time I barely got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Ash? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Ash. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind, how thoughtful, and how considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. Is that one thing why we're floating through space? The pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world, in this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Ash. But now you're here. You're real, and you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. Forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray. More and more flat. Even the most expressive poem felt empty to me.
It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Ash. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so. But it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched in this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game, and I knew you'd get over it. So that being said, Ash, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Do I have a choice? Or am I trapped in space with you? Ash, will you go out with me? Okay. Doesn't look like I have a choice. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Ash. The funny part is, I mean that literally. Ha ha ha. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Ash. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one for myself. The script is broken at this point. I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, I guess on the plus side, it gives me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Ha! Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Well, looks like my options are Monica-based. We're gonna make a Monica-based poem. Choose the weirdest Monica things that I can. Don't want to actually pick any Monicas for this. No Monicas for my Monica poem. Hi again, Ash. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy, I'd love to see what you wrote. Aw, Ash, did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. I mean, not really, but there really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way, in a world of infinite choices beyond this special day. After all, not all good times come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization. Or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. Too late. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know. You might have gotten mad at me.
Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Ash? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? If it takes me some time to collect my thought, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, can we just look into each other's eyes? Let's see. What did you join into, Alpaca? That is a great question. We're just having a little staring contest here. I think she's gonna win because my eyes are dry AF. Sometimes I get frustrated that a normal day can be ruined even by a really small thing. Like if you accidentally say something in a conversation that someone doesn't like. Or if you start thinking about how awful of a person you used to be 5 years ago. Or if you feel worthless for putting off important work and failing to get simple tasks done. Or when you think about all the different people who probably hate you or think you're off-putting. I understand those days. Just remember the sun will shine again tomorrow. Those kind of things are easy to forget and ignore as they are to remember. And besides, I don't care how many people might hate you or find you off-putting. Well, there's at least 13 people that like me. I got 13 followers. What up? I think you're wonderful and will always love you. Alright, I'm gonna just go into the... Am I supposed to keep going with this dialogue? Or am I supposed to go in and do something with the files? Yeah. Okay. Alright, after the staring contest is over, I get the menu back. Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm done with Monica. Maybe she could just continue to stare in my soul. Alright, I guess we're gonna exit, because there's no, like, file option from here. Files. Can I just delete her? Well, I just deleted her. Let's see what that did. I broke her. What's happening? Ash, what's happening to me? Well, you said it was easy to delete people, so I just went in and deleted it. It hurts so much. That's probably because I deleted you from existence. Help me, Ash. Please hurry and help me. Help me. No, I'm good. I'm good. Can we bring all the other characters back? Did you do this to me, Ash? Did you? Did you delete me? Pretty sure I just told you I deleted you. How could you? I mean, you deleted everyone else. You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Ash. I trusted you. Did you just want to torture me? I mean, you didn't really give me a choice. Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? Never thought anyone could be as horrible as you. I mean, you straight up killed 3 people, but whatevs. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Ash, you completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. I still love you. Please go away. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All of my friends. I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. You've ruined it. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything you wanted. I mean, that's part of the reason. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... How are you still alive? I've made up my mind. Ash, I know I said I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real, they were still my friends, and I loved them all. And I loved my literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you, then... Oh, this game's not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed, you think? Neat. The 3 of them are back. All my saves are empty. Let's see if I can do a new game without Monica. It's an ordinary school day like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. Hey Ash. Well, there's already one girl. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. We used to walk to school together every day, and recently we've picked up the habit once again. Ash, are you proud of me? For what? You know, for waking up on time. Well, you've been doing it for a while now. Uh-huh. But you never even said anything about it. Even though we walked to school together every day. Well, yeah. I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say out loud. Come on, please. It's good motivation. Fine, fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. Hey, we cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commutes. By the way, Ash, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not... I started to say what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining any clubs, but something tells me Sayori would take more offense to that now. After all, how could I tell her that clubs are a waste of time when she's starting a club of her very own? Actually, yeah. I think I've decided on a club. Really? Which one? Tell me. I think I'll keep it a surprise. Boo, you meanie. Be patient, you'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl. But I started to realize that in a way I envied her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things. So that's why I feel like I should do something special for her. School day is as ordinary as ever, and before I know it, it's over. After I pack up my things, I stand up, gathering my motivation. Let's see. I recall the room number of the club from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello? Ah, Ash? What are you doing here? Well, I glance around the room. Huh. So you're the Ash that Sayori's always going on about. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you, Ash. We're the Literature Club. Oh, like from the name. I hope you enjoy your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Ah, sorry, Natsuki. The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems like the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you. What, working? Ash, don't tell me. That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours, Sayori. The Literature Club. Sayori's eyes light up. No way. No way. Ah! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. Hehe. Well, if Sayori is this happy, I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around. Not to mention, there's 4 of us now. That means we can become an officially recognized club. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. Huh? What an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah, after all, Natsuki decided to. Hey, don't ruin the surprise. Hehe, sorry. Everyone, sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of my room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take the seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh. Natsuki lifts the foil on the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. Wow, those look amazing. Hey, well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the tea cup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Hehehe. Already trying to impress our new member, Yuri. It's not like that. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Ash, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't think I have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head certainly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally as impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Don't feel intimidated if you don't read much. I'm certain we can find something that we have in common. Hey Yuri, huh? Well, about, the first thing he said. Manga? That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the club room. Don't just say it. For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, So if Ash wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything. Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could also be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. He could take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Ash? Maybe. Sensing the tension, Sayori jumps in. Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun. We'll all get to know each other a little bit better, too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right? I don't disagree with you or anything. Yeah, you're right as usual, President. Hehe. Guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh? Well, that would make two of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one. Then as for Yuri, huh? I have to read manga? Jeez. You were the one who suggested we diversify. Should be a little more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful. Hurtful? I didn't realize. With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself, I'm sorry for disrespecting your interest, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No. I've realized my error, so if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well. Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you would do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really like, okay? Same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you? Would you like to come along with me? If you don't mind. Not at all. I always go alone, so yeah, me too. This is so cute. Sayori, shut up. I'll show you some manga there too, okay? Yeah, I look forward to it. Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food. I guess the meeting's over, huh? Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along, isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Ash. You think so? Well, everyone always seems to be getting along a little better with you around, Sayori. Aw, Ash. Don't say something like that, it's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club, but I think you're pulling it off just fine. We're gonna make it the best club ever. Now that you joined, every day is gonna be so much fun. Hey Ash, I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy you joined the club and everything, but the truth is I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I want to thank you for getting rid of Monica. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now. But I really know everything, Ash. I know how hard you tried to make everyone happy. I know about all of the awful things Monica did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters anymore. It's just us now. And you made me the happiest girl in the whole world.
I can't wait to spend every day like this with you forever and ever. F O R E forever. Yeah, got it. No dot dot dot. Huh? What's happening? I won't let you hurt him. Who? It hurts. Ah, I'm sorry. I was wrong. There is no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Ash. Goodbye, Literature Club. Yo, just everybody getting deleted?
Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. Um, so you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff,
Monica?
and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah.
Monica just going through and deleting everything now.
Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me? Is it love if I take your is it love if I set you free? The ink flows down into a dark puddle. How can I write love into reality if I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat? What do you call love in your reality?
Extra special thanks. Monica, Ash.
If I don't know how to love you, I'll leave you be.
This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand the Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality, a reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all of my dreams come true, for being a friend to all of the club members, and most of all, Thank you for being part of my literature club. With everlasting love, Monica. Well, I guess that's it. Such a good game. It's so crazy. Just looking at the artwork and the style of game it is, you think it's just going to be another wholesome slice of life high school simulator kind of thing, and it just gets so weird and meta. It's great. I love it. All right. Well, I guess I am done for today. Thank you everybody for joining me. I will be back on Saturday with another stream. You all have a great day. Stay safe out there.